Feel, feel, feel.
Hello, we're happy to have Asha here today for an interview. The singer from Nigeria will present her new album, Bed of Stone, and we're curious about what she has to tell us. My name is Anne-Kathrin and this is Audiofield TV. Enjoy.
Oh, feel. Boom, 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 ow. Boom, oh, feel. Ow. Boom, oh, feel. Ow. Oh, feel, feel, feel.
Hello, Asha.
Hi.
Did you learn to swim in the last years?
Yeah, I did. You know, it's not really special. You know, children, they all learn how to swim. And I guess you know how to swim.
Sure.
But this was something I never got the opportunity to do while I was a child. And I wanted to do it because I had the time to do it. And I was, getting away from work, business, and chats, and the regular music industry brouhaha. So I wanted to do all, I wanted to live like a baby again, like a child, and enjoy what children really enjoy. And so I learned how to swim. Yeah.
Is it also a little bit metaphoric?
Well,
So do you swim in your real life now better, maybe?
oh no, it's just as simple as swimming. I didn't know how to swim, and I think perhaps it's there's a little bit of metaphor there, because as we grow, we get to know too many things, too much information, and with information comes fear, comes sadness. You lose that non-challenge of children where they don't really care, which I understand. We are grown-ups, we have bills to pay, we have families, we have responsibilities. But I wanted to go back there because while I was a girl, I never had the chance to play. I didn't play. It was very serious.
Why?
Well, because from where I come from, a girl's role is pretty much set out. You grow and start to learn how to become a wife, a mother. And at an early age of 7, I was, put on a stool to learn how to stare,
Really?
The pot, and and to actually take care of the house and take care of my brothers. So I had been very serious and never time to play at all. So when I had the chance to do this, I had to say, you know what? No, I'm going to learn how to do all these things. Run around, ride the motorbike, and roller skate, and just laugh and enjoy what children enjoy. When they're playing, there's no fear, there's no care in the world.
It's all adventure.
Yeah, and I wanted to feel that. I didn't want to do. I didn't just want to go into recording an album, without knowing exactly what I was recording. Or because I needed to, because that's what the business is about, or because the record label says, it's time for you to record, or we have to meet the chat, or we have to do that. No, I didn't want to hear that anymore, So I had to go away from everything all and become a girl. Yeah.
So you have 3 brothers. Is their role in Nigeria still also traditional as the female role?
It is very traditional. A girl's role is pretty much set out. You go to school, if you're lucky, you go to a higher level in education. And I'm very lucky to come from a good family that wanted to have me go all the way. But that wasn't what I wanted. It was, I didn't want to be a lawyer. I didn't want to be a doctor. I couldn't be put in care of people's health because it wasn't my thing. But I was really trained and very focused. This is your role. You'll be a mother. You're the mother of your brothers. You will be the wife of another person. You will have children. That's what you should do, and not music. And I really couldn't see myself in that world, because it was absolutely not freedom.
Do you think if your parents would have stayed in Paris, your life would have been different, or would the education of your parents be the same as in Nigeria?
Well, I don't know. I really can't tell. But I respect my father's decision. Even as it wasn't very good for the kids, in hindsight, I would wish he stayed a little bit more for us. But I respect him. As a grown-up now, I see what he was saying then. He's gotten his education. He's come to France to get educated. My mother as well. And it was time to go back home, to be of service to his country, which is, which every young aspiring person who wants to have a future and wants to who has something to give should do. Go back home and be of service to your country. And that's what he did. I do feel pity for him because his dreams didn't come true. He was a young budding man. I remember growing up, he loved music, and he will play music as well as work, because he studied cinematography. Mm-hmm. And that's where I got music, because I would sit down, always hiding in the corner so he doesn't see me, and just enjoy, soak and dream. I will dream for ages, just surrounding myself with the music he was playing.
So which sort of music did he play?
Oh, he played Marvin Gaye, he played Fela Kuti, he played Diana Ross, he played everything. We had a wall of vinyls.
Okay. So, but not the typical traditional.
He played that too. Okay. He played that too. But I didn't like it when I was a kid because it was very strange to my ears. The ones I could take was Fela Kuti and a few other pop traditional songs. But now I'm into the traditional thing. I'm into the traditional music.
Has it been strange for you because of the melody or the harmony or the rhythm?
It was, like jazz music. You have to kind of come into it. You either like it or you don't.
Okay.
And if you're not sure where you want to go, at least open yourself to come into it gradually. I hadn't developed my ears to accept, to take that. Of course, we had church music, which was, right away uplifting and soul, it was very soulful. But the traditional ones were really traditional, like weird sound, violins and proportions. It was a high level of music that as a young child I couldn't comprehend. I didn't understand. But as I grew, now I'm listening to it every morning and listening to the words carefully, the language and the style. It's very enjoyable.
So you have a lot of different languages in Nigeria, I think 200 or something like this. It's incredible, I think.
Yeah.
But you are singing not only in English but also in Yoruba.
Yep.
On the new album, there's not that much in Yoruba, and I could detect so many influences from Africa.
I like to act local, but I think global, and I think that has
like
come.
An advertisement.
Yeah, but really, that's the way, and I think from my father's eclectic choice of music, or his library of music, I have actually put. While living in Lagos, I'd put one foot out, just soaking in all kinds of musical style. In as much as you could discern different influences in the music, it still remains the same person. It's still me, and I haven't forgotten my roots. I can never go too far away from my roots. I sing the same. I tell different stories as any human would like to recount, a story, and that's what it is.
It is more personal influences or personal stories that you are telling on this new album. Not much the political songs on it.
I'm really in a different place on this third album, very personal, because that's where I am, or rather where I was and still am. After the tour for the last album, I needed to get away,
It was so exhausting.
It was exhausting, but it was fun. I enjoyed it, but it had to stop.
Did you lose yourself a little
I
bit?
did a lot because it was every night for 2 years.
Wow.
Each night I would be naked, in front of the people, just giving everything, and I was happy. But the tour has to stop. I have to go back to write a new album, and there's nobody. It's just me, At the end
Have
of
you
the
been lonesome?
It's very lonesome, and especially, going back to an empty bed, an empty home, in a cold, really, really cold home, and there's no companion to share with, and it made me think, like, wait a minute. You need to do something about, about this.
I'm getting goosebumps.
You need to do something about this. And I said, you know what, I would buy me a ticket. I would start from somewhere. I would go away from home. I'll go away from Paris. I'll go away from Lagos. I'll go away from the record label. I don't want to record what I'm not feeling. The music has to sound right. But before the music sounds right, I have to be right with myself. And there's something not right. I need love. I'm really searching for it. I give love, but I don't get love. Because people just see, oh, you're cool, you're on stage. Hey, can you sign me an autograph? Can we take a photo? Can we do this? Or even if it's not that, I'm happy to do that. It's one thing that inspires me. It gives me purpose. But sometimes you need more than just the handshakes, and you need more to, someone to actually look at and take care of you. And so I wanted to do that on this third record.
And did you find somebody who
I
gives
did
you
eventually.
the love? And
I did eventually. It's, it all still connects to childhood. I think my case is the case of Benjamin Borton. It's the guy who was born an old man, and as the years went by, he was young.
I know.
I think that's my story.
Okay.
So I just wanted to do what I missed out in childhood, in teenagehood. I just wanted to just live and enjoy it, and actually. And not be serious for once, and just take things really simple and enjoy being me, enjoy being a woman, and just allowing someone else to take care of me instead of me doing all that taking care of, all that caring. Sorry.
And Bed of Stone, how long did you write for this album?
I think it was about 2 years.
Okay, because it sounds like being written in 1 month, because it is quite perfect, I think. It is so coherent, and every song leads to the next one, and I think it is like a complete opus. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. It took about 2 years. During these 2 years, I was traveling, and I was writing as well.
Is there any favorite song on this album?
I like. I think my favorite is "Love Found Me."
Okay.
Yeah.
And do you think sometimes it is better to be found?
Well, I would say in this
Context?
it was love. I prefer that I'm found.
Okay.
Rather
But in normal life, you're more active?
In normal life, I'm active. I'm always working, always doing something, always getting people together. But you sometimes need you step back and let someone else do it. And you can always be strong. During this time that I was writing and not touring, I said you can always be strong. So I accept it and let life happen and be found. Don't look, just let it be. And that's what happened. Things will find you if you allow yourself to be found. If you send the message, your aura first tells the other person that, yeah, that person is open. But if you close yourself, which is what I've been doing for many years, well, this time I'm like, you know what? No, I'm not cool. No, I need help. I can't carry it, any longer. I would break if I continue this way. So, let life happen. Let things go naturally.
So do you think, you mentioned before that everybody should return to his home and be of service for his home. Do you think that you being a musician are of a good service for the children at Nigeria?
Well, yes, that I am. I want to believe that. And wherever I am, you could tell that you're doing something when people walk up to you and say, well, thank you, I'm inspired. Now I want to do something. I have a purpose in life. That's been of service. But I was referring to my father, who was in Paris schooling and going back home when it wasn't all that rosy, but he felt he had a purpose. And I've been there, and I still am, because my aim is, as much as I travel and sing, I want to go home every time I'm able to work with people, to inspire young people, because it's not easy. It's a different world compared to Europe. It's an amazing place because it's a place where faith still works. It's still very strong. Where hope is still very strong. And that's why you see people in the midst of adversity, they smile. And hope is very, very powerful. And I know that when I was growing up, I had hope. That's what put me through in an impossible situation. And when children see that, they know wherever they are from, doesn't matter. Just focus. Believe in yourself and go. That's very important. And you have to open yourself for that. You have to, where you are, show the world that you're ready, you are capable, and you can.
So that's the message of Bed of Stone.
Well, yeah, but Bed of Stone is a title on the song, on the album. When I first came to Europe as a student, and it was winter, and I didn't have the right clothes, and I didn't know what to eat. I couldn't even eat what they were eating because it was strange,
Sure.
So I kept making this mistake for days, and I was really lonely and really homesick. Thought of my family, thought of the sun. I'm like, what am I doing here? But really, I had a focus. I came for a purpose. I was a student schooling. And so one day, coming back from school, I was going through a market, and it was after market day. People were closing, but there were fruits, vegetables, all on the floor. And I saw other people picking, and these people were mostly immigrants. And I was picking with them because, oranges, man, I can eat oranges. This is food. And I was picking, and I didn't have to pay money for that, so it was fun. And I looked, in the faces of these people, it was a different story. For them, those fruits are for their families. I'm going to go back home. I don't think they can go back home because you have to keep going forward. You could feel pain because it's not where they want to be. Nobody wants to come to Europe and be stuck. No. Or run away from the police. You don't want to do that. So I felt, wow, it's absolutely not a rosy bed for me. I had my own bed of stone because I was in Europe, wrong clothing, no food, but I was there for a short time, so I could go back home, but they couldn't go back home. And I was just thinking about other people, my uncles, aunties who have been in that situation, and for a purpose, because they have families back home who depend on them. So that song, Bed of Stone, is actually dedicated to people like that.
I hope that this message of hope that you can make it or make your wishes come true, which I hear in your music, will also reach the other listeners. And all the best for the album. And thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Au, die, oh, feel.